Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to discuss about another very important topic related to Angular ngFor directive, where we are going to learn about two new keywords. One is first and another one is last, and we will see why do we need these two keywords and how we can use these while fetching the information from the array. Okay, but before we proceed with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic. Okay, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on that part where we will be discussing about the keywords only. But prior to that, you should know about ngFor, you should know about ngIf, because we are going to use both of them in the same example. And ngIf is already covered, right? Okay, fine. So I think now we are good to start with the session. So we are going to proceed in the same way. Firstly, I'll explain you the requirement, and then as per the requirement we will write the logic, and I'll explain you the concept of first and last keyword from the ngFor. Okay, alright, so let's get started. Firstly, we will go to app.component.ts file. Now on this ts file, what we will do, we will simply create one array. Okay, array could be of anything. For now I am just creating an array with technology, so I will simply write here technology equal, then square brackets for the array. Here I will put some values like Java. This is just an example, so I'm putting some random values, Java, Angular, then we will put Python, and then we will put any other language, React, let's say. Okay, just an example. Okay, don't get confused here, this is just a test data. So I just created this. Okay, now what we will do, like what we wanted to do, we wanted to print this array element one by one using loop. And while printing these elements, I want to make sure that if the value is first or the element is first, then we will show something like this. For example, if Java is the first element, so I want to show like this, Java is the first element. Okay, then for second one we will not print anything, third no, but for the last one, which is React, so in that case I want to show like this, it's a last value. Okay, so this kind of logic I want to implement. That means I want to check if the first value is, if the element is first element, we will add the hyphen first. If it is last element, we will add hyphen last. Okay, so this is our requirement. So here we will use the ngFor. So what ngFor directive will do, it will loop through this element one by one. So firstly it will check the Java. Java is the first element, yes it is. So in that case, if it is first element, we will print Java space hyphen space and then the first, which we will be adding, right? Then for second value, it will check, is it the first value? No, it is not. Then it will check, is it the last value? No, it is not. So it will simply print the Angular and move ahead. Then it will check for Python. Python is the first value? No, Python is not the first value. Then it will check Python is the last value. It is not the last value as well. So it will simply print this Python and move further. Then for the React, at the time of React, it will check, is it the first value? Yes, it is the first value. No, sorry, is it the first value? No, it is not the first value, but when it checks for the last value, it is the last value. So in that case, it will print hyphen last. Clear? So this is how the code will go. Let's write the logic for it. Now the question is, what are the prerequisites? The first prerequisite is for sure the array. We need array to loop through, right? So we need test data, which we have already prepared. Another thing, we need to import the common module. So here just write common module and press enter. So once you press enter, it will add import common module. Okay, now this thing, once this thing is imported, then you are good to go and use ngFor. But remember one thing, if it is not there, you won't be able to use ngFor. In fact, ngIf also, because they both come in the same module. Okay, Clear? And if it once you write it here and if automatically it doesn't add this line, then you have to write like this only. Clear? Perfect. Now you can save it and go to app.component.html file. Now in this HTML file, firstly we will put the heading of today's topic, which is ngFor directive with first and last keyword. So this is our main topic. Perfect. Now you can simply go here and write UL for the unordered list. Okay, because we want to print a list. Now in this list, what we will do, we will create li, and we all know ngFor is just to repeat the line. This is the only fundamental of ngFor, right? Loop is just to repeat the line as many times as we want, and here we are just referring it on the basis of, we are repeating it on the basis of a number of elements. So we will write the logic for it. So here I will write star ngFor, and this is case sensitive, so make sure that whatever you are writing, write with the same case. Currently it is showing error, but it's fine because it is already imported, so you just write simply further. So here I will write ngFor let tech of technology. So what basically we are doing here, we are referring each element with tech. This variable is tech. You can put any name here, okay, don't worry, but this name should be same as your array name, which is technology. This name you can change if needed. You can write T, but always try to give meaningful name. Okay, so we have just assigned this thing. Now you can simply put semicolon over here and just save it. After that you can use double curly braces to print the value. So I will simply write here tech and just save it. Now to execute this thing, let's write ng serve -- open and enter. So once you press enter here, it will take few seconds, and now you will see we have got the required output. And the output, in the output we are getting Java, Angular, Python, React, which is nothing but an unordered list. But is this what we are looking for? No, this was not our requirement. We wanted to check if the first value, just mark it as first. If it is last, just mark it as last. If it is not first, neither first nor last, then simply print that value. But we have not completed this thing, right? So let's go and complete it. So for this thing, you just need to include one more variable. So here we will write, and don't write with capital L, otherwise it won't work. Okay, this is case sensitive. So here we will write let first equal first. This first should be in a small case. For this one, you can, it is up to you like which one you want to use, but this is a keyword, so keep it in the same way. Because let's say if you are trying to use capital F, it will show error. Okay, so always make sure this one should be small. Similarly, we will write here let last equal last and just save it. Perfect. So these two values are ready. So what we'll do now, we will simply check here with if condition, and we know how to use ngIf, right? Because we have already covered so many examples for that. So here I will write span tag. Here I will write ngIf equal, and then we will write here first. So we are just checking if it is true. If it is first, then we will mark it with first. Clear? Likewise, we will check span star, and I think you all know about the basic HTML because we have already covered HTML playlist also. So you know about span tag and everything. So that I am assuming. If you have any queries, you can ask in the comment section. Still, if you don't know the answer, it's fine. Okay, so here we are checking if it is last, then we will put here last. Perfect. Now you can save it, and let's see the output. And here you will see the output which we really wanted to get. Java is the first, Angular is normal, Python is normal, React is last. Okay, now some of you might be thinking, will it work in the same way if we change the position of React to second? That means if we remove the middle two elements, yes, it will work in the same way, because it is not checking the, it is not hard coding the value, it is checking the values, actual values. So let's go to TS file. Here if you remove this Angular part and just save it, and you will see the magic that now it shows Java as first and React as last. Why? Because this was the last element. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, it is not, although position is second, but it is also the last one, right? So this is how it works, and I hope this session is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.